Professor, Parul University and Chief Soil Health Specialist, Shivam Agri Clinic and Laboratory, Bhavnagar, Gujarat. So you know that there are many hybrids of hybrid Napier. It is also known as elephant grass. So you know that from the Thailand, they have evolved the super hybrid Napier grass, and the yield is very high, about 120 ton per acre or 300 to 400 ton per hectare. You know that I have served in forage crops for 25 years, 1982 to 2006. So what is the specialty of the super hybrid Napier? So fast growth, high yield, base nutrition. It has the maximum 16 to 18% protein, whereas other hybrid Napier have lower protein, 10% or even 8 to 9%. So it contains maximum protein, and you know that protein is very important for the animal milk production. Then all weather friendly growth. It is drought resistant and can grow any kind of location irrespective of wet or dry season. Then easy storage. So in Thailand, it is known as King of Napier. So I have taken super Napiers, seen to be boost local dairy production. So in dairy production in Thailand, it has play a great role in a higher milk production. So I have taken this super hybrid Napier. It is also known as a Panchong variety. So you can see here the super hybrid Napier grass. So super hybrid Napier grass, the gentleman carry the super Napier grass. So in India, we know that limited land, 8.6 million hectare is available for fodder cultivation. And our country may face the shortage of both green as well as dry fodder by about 61.1% and 21.9% respectively. It is reported from IGFRI Jhansi. So hybrid Napier grass may be a boon for dairy industry on account of supply of adequate grain fodder of high nutritional value with round the year availability and minimum expense on repeated fodder cultivation. So you know that once you planted the hybrid Napier grass, then it remains for 3-4 years, and there is no need to planting again for the animals. So we can get the year-round green forage production. And you know that in milk production, 60 to 70% cost has been occur from the feed and fodder. So when we grow the perennial crops like a hybrid Napier, then lucerne, then sorghum, then Rajka Bajri, then we are getting the higher profit. Napier grass is also called as elephant grass, I told, due to its tallness and vigorous vegetative growth. Green forage are rich and cheapest source of carbohydrate, protein, vitamin, minerals for dairy animals. The importance of forage is country is well recognized in feeding forage account for over 60% of the cost of milk production. So I told that 60% cost can be incurred from the feed and fodder. So if you supply the grain fodder to the animals, then there is a less requirement of the concentrate or feed, and we are getting the more profit from the dairy farming. So by providing sufficient quantities of fodder instead of costly concentrate and feed to the milk animal, the cost of milk production can be considerably reduced and dairy farming become more profitable. Then hybrid Napier grass. So it is a fast growing, and you know that the super hybrid Napier grass is grown for in India and in Thailand also for the forage production as well as biogas or CNG purpose. So it is known as dual purpose. It gives higher yield and most economically friendly. There are many hybrid Napier grass in India, but Bajra Napier hybrid super, then APBN1, then Coimbatore 3, then Coimbatore 5, both varieties are evolved from the Tamil Nadu Agricultural University. They are high yielding and recommended to plant with a spacing of 50 by 50 centimeter or 100 by 100 centimeter or 90 by 60 centimeter in fertile part of the land. So propagation by hybrid Napier by rooted slip or stem cutting. So you can here see the stem cutting, and you can also propagate it through the rooted slip of the hybrid Napier. So you can see here the figure, propagation by the rooted slip, whereas in propagation by the stem cutting. So In stem cutting, at least 2 nodes are required. One nodes we have to bury it in soil, and one node you have to keep outside this soil. And when you planting, then you make the 45-degree angles. So here you can see that you can planting 60 centimeter by 50 centimeter, or 90 centimeter by 60 centimeter also. So here you can see the super hybrid Napier. So I have taken this photo from the NDDB. You know that the National Dairy Development Board office is at Anand. So I am located at Anand. So at NDB, they have the farm Munjkuwa, and they brought the super hybrid Napier grass from Thailand, and they have multiplied the stem cutting and distributed to the farmers of the Anand, then Khera district, and throughout the Gujarat and India also. So you can see the growth of the super hybrid Napier grass. So it is a Coimbatore 3 hybrid Napier grass, CO5, evolved from Tamil Nadu Agricultural University, Coimbatore. So super Napier grass. So super Napier grass cultivation practices. So here it is very important because farmer have to grow. So super Napier grass grow best well in drained soil with a pH range 5.5 to 7. It prefers warm temperature but can tolerate. Then preparation, for that we have to 2 to 3 plowing and then followed by planking. It is a long duration crop, and periodically tillage activities like other crop are not possible after the crop occupy the field. So you know that when you grow the maize crop for fodder or sorghum or oat crop, then you have to time. But after it is a perennial crop, it remains for 3-4 years. So there is no time for the interculturing operation. So you have to prepare the land properly, 2 to 3 plowing, followed by planking. The planting can also be done on flat bed. The seed bed should be kept moist until germination occurs. Then growing from cutting. So I told that you have to keep the 45-degree temperature or degree when you planting this stem cutting in a soil. Then sowing method. So I told that it should be propagated through stem or root cutting, and the distance is 90 by 60, 50 by 50, or 100 by 50 centimeter. While planting, 2 nodes are buried in soil, the soil, and 1 node is exposed outside. So when there is 3 nodes, then you have to bury 2 nodes in the soil. But when you have 2, then 1 is buried in soil and 1 kept outside the soil. Super Napier grass cultivation practices, manure. You know that it is a exhaustive crop. It requires maximum nutrients. So when before preparation of the land, we have to add 25 to 40 ton per hectare of FIM. It will be applied at the time of the final land preparation, because it requires the maximum nutrient. Then crop requires 150 kg nitrogen, 50 kg phosphorus, and 50 kg potassium. So 50 kg nitrogen, 50 kg phosphorus, and 50 kg potassium per hectare should be applied at the time of planting. So phosphorus, you should have to apply a single superphosphate, 312 kg. Then 50 kg potassium applied through 83 kg muriate of potash. The rest of the 100 kg nitrogen apply as a crop dressing in 2 equal split. First during monsoon period, that is July, 109 kg urea per hectare, and another toward the end of the winter, February, 109 kg per hectare. After each cutting, we should have to apply 50 kg nitrogen, that is 110 kg urea per hectare should be applied. Then after balancing, we should have to apply 40 kg P and 40 kg K2O per hectare. Should be repeated, apply every year with the first monsoon over, because I told that it remained for 3-5 years. So every year we have to apply 40 kg phosphorus and 40 kg potassium per hectare. Then Super Napier grass cultivation practices. So productivity and nutrition quality of grass are strongly influenced by input, namely in the form of nutrient, both macro and micronutrients. Therefore, to restore the soil fertility necessary to fertilize a sufficient quantity, in general, grass family plants are very responsive to fertilizer. So I am requested to the farmer that before sowing of the or planting of the hybrid Napier, you should have to carry out the soil analysis. And as per the soil test value, we should have to add nutrient, either macronutrient or micronutrients. So macronutrient NPK calcium, magnesium, sulfur, and micronutrients zinc, FeM, and copper, boron, and molybdenum. So irrigation, the crop needed regular irrigation at an interval of 15 to 18 days in March, May, and 10 to 12 days interval during summer months. Then harvesting. So first cut is taken at 75 to 90 days after planting, and subsequent cuts are obtained at 45 to 60 days interval for animal feeding. So you know that when you planting, then it requires the establishment period. So we can harvest at 2.5 to 3 months after planting, and subsequent cuts are harvested at 45 to 60 days. At least 6 to 8 cuts are possible annually for the fodder purpose. The grass should be harvested when it reaches to the height of 1.5 meter, and these have developed to full size. It is best to cut the grass with a sickle, as this will ensure that the stems are not damaged. So when you are cutting, then you have to take this sharp sickle, so the stems are not damaged. For biogas or CNG gas production, each cut should be harvested at an interval of 60 days, 2 months. At least 6 cuts are possible annually. So you know that at present, there is a device is combined harvesting machine. So you can harvest a hybrid Napier, and also it make the small pieces. So it is easy to feed to the animals, and it is also used for the biogas production. So crude protein content. So crude protein content, it is, I told that it is known as a super Napier grass or Pengchong 1. So the name given by the Thailand. So you can see here the crude protein percentage is greater. So when you harvest early, then crude protein is greater. But when you delay the harvesting, the crude protein content is decreasing. So 40, 50, 60, and 70. So you can here see. So effect of harvesting is one crude protein of super Napier or Pengchong 1 hybrid. Similarly, for biomass production, you know that when you harvest early, then you are getting low crop production. But here you can see 40, 50, 60, and 70 days. So at 70 days, we are getting the more biomass of the super hybrid Napier or any other variety. But here you can see that when you delay the harvesting, then it contains, the fodder has the maximum fiber content. So the digestibility of the fodder is declined. Therefore, we are recommended on the basis of the research, 45 to 60 days is better for harvesting the hybrid Napier grass and feed to the animal. So it has also the, when you don't give the higher nitrogen, otherwise there is a nitrogen problem, then the grass also contain the oxalate content. So the farmer are requested not to cut early super hybrid Napier 30 days or 25 days. Otherwise it contains the oxalate, and you know that in animal bones there is a calcium. So calcium and oxalate has a high affinity, and calcium, when you feed 30 days of the hybrid Napier and feed to the animal, then the calcium is washed out from the body of the animal. So farmers would have to harvest 45 to 60 days of each cut. So you have to plan accordingly. Then feeding of super Napier grass. The grass can be fed to livestock either fresh or dry. So this type of grass is highly palatable and nutritious, providing high levels of protein, energy, mineral, and vitamin to livestock. So you know that when we are making the dry grass, then the other nutrients are not present. But when we feed to the animals, then it contains the maximum nutrient. So protein, energy, mineral, and vitamins is very important for the animal growth, and that animal produce the maximum milk production. So benefit of super Napier grass. So the characteristics of super Napier grass, I told that the yield is twice that of ordinary Napier grass. So I have seen that the ordinary grass, you go CO3, CO5, APBN1, then it gives about 200 ton per hectare. That is 80 ton per acre. Whereas super hybrid Napier grass gives about 300 to 400 ton per hectare green fodder grass. In 2 months, it hides it 12 feet. Grass can be cut at the age of 45 to 60 days. I told the amount of protein is high. It is delicious, sweet, and palatable in nature. The nutrients of grass Punctum 1, so dry matter 25%, protein 16%, fat 1%, fiber 26%, metabolic energy 2 megajoules per kg. So Super Napier fodder at Thailand. So I have taken the picture from the Thailand. So another thing that you know that human being not eat rice alone or not the legume alone, but we are taking the nutritious food, carbohydrate and oil seed and pulses and legume and so on. So in animal, we should have to supply, you know that Hybrid Napier is a cereal crop. Sorghum is a cereal crop. Maize is a cereal crop. So we should have to feed the hedge lucerne, then savory, then subabol. So it is a leguminous crop and it supplies the nutritious fodder to the animal. And you know that when you supply the nutritious fodder to the animal, then you produce the maximum milk production because there is a better health. And when there is better health, then the animal are healthy, then it produces the higher milk production. So intercropping hedge lucerne in Hybrid Napier. So I have seen this in Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu Agri University. So they have the dairy and they grow the Super Hybrid Napier or Hybrid Napier, any variety you can grow, but you have to grow the hedge lucerne. It has maximum protein, more than 20%.